watch it. You are about to embark upon a new video game adventure.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dunk Tank. Today we're talking Aladdin Genie. Today we're talking Toy Story 4. Did you guys see the new Toy Story 4 trailer?
Yeah, I saw it.
Woohoo!
No.
Toy Story 4.
Johnny,
Yep.
we're supposed to watch it.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I did actually watch that. I remember now.
Alright. So you guys are very excited. People
Yeah.
are, it's already being praised as one of the best movies.
Yeah. Which is impressive because it's not out at all yet, so.
Well, you can just see the graphics on Buzz Lightyear and you know it's good. Now, how do you guys feel about the Spork character?
I'm not liking the spork.
What?
I don't trust the physics of that spork.
Got pipe cleaner arms. How can you say such a thing?
Because, the problem is the thing with Toy Story is all the toys look so realistic. It's like,
He looks just like a spork!
yeah, but the little girl's like sleeping with it. Like, how are those arms and googly eyes gonna stay on?
Well,
She glued
she's
them.
sleeping with a fork. That's just not safe.
That's not how things work.
That's true.
I'll say this though. This seems like a pretty dark Toy Story. Pretty dark.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does.
Spork wants to
Make
kill
him
himself.
darker.
Yeah, the spork's all like, why am I alive?
You know, that is a really good question.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I should be in the garbage by now.
That trailer got way more existential about Toy Story than
Yeah.
I expected it to.
I mean, to be fair, Toy Story was always kind of fucked up. Remember, they had like the grinder or whatever, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the
They
aliens
keep
weren't
pushing
in a
it.
very good spot.
But I mean, the fork was
Sid
asking...
was some kind of sadistic like toy murderer.
It's
Yeah.
asking like actual questions
Right.
about the meaning of like why it's even there in the first place. It's like it's cutting to the heart of Toy Story's premise.
Yeah. Well, to make matters worse, he's not even wrong is the problem.
No!
Right? Because here you go. You got these other toys. Their only purpose is to please this little girl. They don't even have fun. This is why the one toy's like, here, look at all this fun stuff. And Woody's like, dang, maybe she's right. What the fuck is my life right now?
Well, listen.
Yeah. Me and Jason made a revelation about that.
Yeah, I had a big revelation dawn on us.
Yeah.
What's that?
Prepare to have your minds blown again.
Okay.
The plot of Toy Story 4 is actually the plot of Toy Story 2
And,
And
3.
Well, that
And
does not help me.
1.
and the
One,
first one
yeah.
actually too.
I
All
don't-
of them are the same plot.
I've actually
Wow.
known that revelation since Toy Story 2 and 3.
Wow, what the heck?
I mean,
How did
come
you
on.
Just pretend to be surprised, okay?
Yeah,
Come on.
So
The
what you're
same
telling
movie?
me,
pretty crazy, huh?
what you're telling me is that the Toy Story movies are like they're going over the same sorts of plot elements again?
Yeah,
But it's just like, okay, no, it's really the same because in that one, you know, the toys in like the museum or whatever, Woody was there and they were like, oh, Woody, stay in the museum. It's better here than with that kid,
yeah.
right? And then the third one, they go to the daycare
Stay
or
in the
whatever.
kindergarten, Woody.
They're like, stay here, Woody. It's better here than with your,
Then with
Andy.
Andy.
yeah.
Now it's like, hey, stay at this
Now,
carnival,
stay
Woody.
at the carnival. It's better at the carnival.
I don't
than
know
with
how the
kid.
In
Carnival
fairness,
is-
it is going to be better at the carnival than the daycare. So
At the carnival, you just play one of those games and you win them, and then he goes home with the
Right,
kid.
I mean, the other thing though is like,
No, they're like secret. They're like hiding in the carnival. They're not
Hiding
up
on the
for
rides.
grabs.
I think they're underground.
I feel like, well, I don't know. They were talking about making she was like, there's tons of kids we can make happy here at this carnival, so maybe they're not hiding.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
Hmm.
now here's the thing though, right? What is furthermore the point of the whole Toy Story series then? You know, I mean, they're like, all right, well, you know, you go out, you go to this other place, you get this new experience, but that new experience always sucks. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like,
Just
you're
go
looking at it.
home.
It's like-
That's
you go there because you go to the daycare and they're all saying stay here or whatever. I don't really recall the daycare scene too much, but I'm pretty sure there was
the whole movie.
They framed it as a great thing. They were like, "Look, kids are here every
Right,
day
but
enjoying
then-
the toys." But then actually, it
They
turned
get
out
fucked
to be
up.
It turns
terrible.
out that goddamn bear is a bastard. He's a fucking bastard bear.
Yeah, well,
And
I know
Stinky Pete, remember him?
something's
yeah,
always
same
horrible.
with Stinky Pete.
Stinky Pete, fucking bastard.
But now Bo Peep is the new Stinky
Now,
Pete.
Bo Peep is gonna be the evil guy at the
Stinky
Yeah,
end,
of
Pete,
course.
you're gonna stay here, Woody, or die.
or else.
You have to remember that Bo Peep was missing in the third one.
Yeah.
Andy's mom like threw her out in the garbage or something, or it's like
That
sold her at a
to me
garage
makes
sale.
no sense at all.
So this is gonna be a vengeance story.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is a revenge.
Maybe she did go crazy. Oh wow.
Yeah, like this plot was like to go find the spork or whatever to bring it home, but like they did the same thing for Buzz and the same thing for Woody. Whenever one goes missing, they go finding him. But Bo Peep, they just didn't care, I guess. They just let her go.
It was more important to save that squeaky penguin.
Look, you can't save them
Yeah,
all.
Wheezy.
You can't
So
save them
weird.
all. You gotta prioritize, Leah. Bo Peep,
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta let them go.
But that was like Woody's girlfriend too. It's such
Yeah.
a weird one.
He liked the penguin more.
Yeah, Andy definitely would probably like the penguin more in this one. I think if I'm cutting my losses, probably Bo Peep is the top one to just kind of get rid of and not care about and not rescue.
Oh my gosh.
I have a theory. Maybe the binoculars will be behind it all.
What the fuck?
And also, the penguin was not in the third one, even though they
Oh my
went through all that trouble to save him. He's just not.
What
in
if the penguin is using the
Penguin-
binoculars?
Yeah, the penguin and the binoculars are like a villain behind pulling the strings, I think.
This is like a whole vengeance like group here.
Remember what happened to us, Woody?
It's gonna be the big reveal. They're all gonna be like behind a curtain or something, and then it's me, Squeaky Penguin. It was me the whole time. Bo Peep is my girlfriend now.
Oh my god. You're right. She probably has a new boyfriend.
Oh,
Yeah. Squeaky Penguin.
Yeah, they just like, because they made that girl version of Woody, but then they made that Buzz's girlfriend, and they took away
Yeah.
Bo Peep, so Woody's just been,
Well, he's a toy, so I don't know that. I'm not sure that that's a really much of a psychological need for him anyway.
yeah, toys fall in love. Remember Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head?
that's true.
That's kind of built in for them, though, isn't it?
Well, what about Jesse and Buzz?
I don't remember what the.
They're in love.
They just met and fall in love, Sean. Like normal toys.
Like normal toys.
What, like normal
This
toys?
is how it works, toys, Sean. You gotta know things to really get into it.
Is there going to be a scene in the movie where the spork falls in love with like a regular like spoon?
Yeah.
Falls in love with a butter knife.
Maybe.
The butter knife, yeah.
I think Rex will die. To be honest, I think this is the one where Rex will die off.
I heard his contract is,
Okay.
running out is why, probably.
Yep.
My biggest wish is to see Sid again.
Why would you want to see Sid again?
Didn't we already see Sid again?
Did we?
I don't
know.
forget.
Yeah. In the third one, he's a garbage truck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, I want to see him again. Maybe now he has like a bunch of little annoying kids.
They're all evil,
Yeah.
evil bastard kids.
The
Yeah.
cycle continues.
I want to see the Al Chicken Toy Barn guy again. Remember him?
I don't remember him.
You don't remember Al? The bad guy from the second one?
The second one's really old. I remember that one, but I remember seeing it, but I don't remember any part of it really.
What?
I definitely have seen it as a kid, but Dang.
Jeez.
the first one they all went to the place with the aliens, right?
Yeah. The pizza
Pizza
place.
Planet.
Pizza
Yeah.
Planet. Me and Jason went to the real Pizza Planet restaurant.
Did it live up to the hype?
Oh yeah. The drinks were like $10.
The claw drink.
Jason got a drink called the Claw, and it had like a glowing ice cube in it.
Wow.
It was $10.
What? That can't be food.
That was good.
It was glowing, and you put it in your body.
Yeah.
It's got LED in it. It's like a rainbow LED.
Well, did it melt though, or was it just a piece of
No,
plastic?
it's plastic. It's plastic.
All right.
It's good.
Dang, that sounds like a choking hazard, though.
Well, it was
Listen.
alcoholic, so
Oh, okay.
it's not really.
If any
Okay.
little kids are
Babies.
drinking that, then they're in double trouble. Then
Yeah.
they're gonna choke and die.
And good.
All right.
Yeah, highly anticipated.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4.
It'll be a great film. Speaking of great films, Sekiro.
Yeah, that definitely one of my favorite movie games so far this year. You know.
How far did you get in?
Let me check Steam real quick here. I'm about 20 hours into it,
That's it?
and yeah, I know
Just
it's a
beat
little.
the first game.
It's a little disappointing. Yeah, I beat, I think, 3 actual bosses. Those guys, the actual bosses are kind of sparsely. They're all over the place though. I'm assuming there's only like 6 of them maybe, but there's like so many like mini bosses.
Well, I'm on like the 7th one, I think. There's a lot of mini bosses.
Yeah, like every
How
2
many
seconds
hours
there's a
did
mini
you do,
boss.
babe?
I'm like 30 hours in, I think.
What the
That's
fuck?
it? You've done more
What?
than that.
That's it. I'm
And you
30
didn't even
hours
beat
in.
it twice already?
It's long. It's a big
Oh my
game.
God.
It's especially long because you just die just
Yeah.
all the time.
I guess that does technically add some length to it.
That's a lot of length to it. The 5 seconds that it takes you to walk back to the boss ends up being about 30 or 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they really went fucking all out on the difficulty on this one.
This is like going
Oh my
back to
God.
the original strategy they had with video games in like the 90s. You know?
Yeah.
Well, we can't really put a lot of content in, so we're just gonna make it fucking really hard. So you gotta spend $1 million and put all your fucking coins in our fucking arcade machine.
Yeah, except they're not making money off of the lives, and they also put in a lot of content anyway, so this game's gonna fucking take me 100 hours to even beat it once. At this rate.
Did you fight the fucking headless guy yet?
I ran into, I've seen 2 of them now actually, and I tried to fight the first one, and it's like, okay, I can't move, and then he hits me twice, and then I get the terror status, and apparently the terror status is you just fall over dead. So I decided to come back later when I get something that can deal with that.
Yeah, I haven't found that yet. I've been looking for that everywhere.
I found a flask that refills. A guy sells it, and it refills every time you rest, and it gives you a bunch of terror resistance. But
Yeah, that thing sucks ass.
yeah, well, it's better than having nothing at all, which is what I had before, or just like the consumables, which I have only 5 of. So
It's like if you hit him, that doesn't do damage. But if you
yeah,
block,
you have to use the
then you
confetti
get
or
the
something.
terror on you.
right? Yeah. So don't block, just dodge all of his hits. Use
But
the
also
confetti,
don't
which
hit
I only have 3 of.
So my theory was wrong.
Huh?
About
My
what?
theory
What was your theory?
that Jason just plays games in a way to make it the hardest possible.
Oh
Like-
no.
He
It's
often
hard.
will miss something that would make it a lot easier, but he doesn't like go looking for that thing. Instead, he keeps going over and over at whatever he's doing. It's like hitting his head against a wall.
Yeah.
Probably does that in some games, but this is not one of those games where there's like a secret like trick that you get and then now you can kill the guy in one hit. This is just
Yeah.
you just have to figure out how to be good at video games. I'm still
Yeah.
working on that.
Oh man, they really underplayed the difficulty. Like when they were previewing the game, they're like, "Oh, this is gonna be the easiest one yet."
Yeah, didn't the IGN review say that it was like easier than Souls games or something? Is
Yeah.
that a joke?
Very forgiving game.
What the hell?
Except when you die, it takes all your money and all your XP, and you can't get it back.
Yeah,
Everything kills you in one hit.
I don't even fight any mini bosses anymore until I spend all my money and level up again and get another skill point, because otherwise I just lose all of it.
I think you're supposed to buy those coin purses
Yeah, I've bought all of those. They don't have any more.
Yeah, the IGN guy, Jason thinks he either didn't play it or he just was embarrassed to say it was hard. People make fun of him and just say he sucks at games, like they did with that guy who couldn't beat the Cuphead tutorial.
Maybe he's just a fucking master.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
he's the
that.
greatest guy of all time.
Or maybe he just played like 5 minutes of it, you know? He went in there, fought
Yeah.
the first monster, died, right, on the very first guy, and then was like, oh, I can resurrect. Cool. This is way
Oh.
easier than Dark Souls.
I didn't lose all my money like I do in
That's
Dark
it.
Souls. I only lost half
I
of my
can come back. Sweet. This game's easy.
Even if you're really good at this game, I feel like you should be able to gauge that it's not easy at all.
No.
Right.
Calling this game easy is just you're just trying to show off on the internet for like, oh yeah, man, you had trouble with this boss. This boss is really easy. You're a real hard boss, and then it just keeps going until one guy's like, every single boss in that game was really easy. I beat it all on my first try, blindfolded. You guys all suck at video games.
If Sean is saying it's hard, then you know it's hard. Because usually Sean will beat every game in 1 second and say
I don't
it's
think-
easy.
You are
Except for
vastly
Earthbound, am I
overestimating
right?
me. What I have is I have like a baseline like average person skill, and then I just have the
No.
bullshit tolerance of a fucking I don't know.
Then explain Mario Kart, Sean. Explain the gyro controls.
Yeah, how do you
the
win
gyro
every?
controls are objectively better. They're better.
See, let me shed some light on this situation.
Sean will be playing Monster Hunter, and he'll literally dodge every one of the monster's attacks, and he'll get
Oh
hit
my
once, and he'll be
God.
like, "Oh, dang it! I'm so disappointed in myself. I got hit."
He'll play fucking Monster Hunter with the gyro controls.
Well, that was
sitting
not an
there-
option, unfortunately. But
I'm
maybe
like,
for the
"This
next
boss
one,
kills me in one hit," and he's like, "Just don't get hit." It's like, what the fuck? The
Yeah,
boss, it's a giant mega nova from hell,
yeah, just don't get hit.
and persistent that goes on forever.
Yeah, don't stand in it.
100-mile
Like,
radius.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, so clearly you are downplaying your skills. We are not playing them up. It's
I don't know. All right, I'll take your word for it then. But the game is hard as hell. Is the point? No sane person could call that game easy.
No.
All right.
Yeah, look, I'm reading the review. It may be a bit easier than a Souls game, but it's something amazing all its own.
I'll say at first I kind of expected it wasn't as bad as everyone was saying because Jamunk, we were playing Monster Hunter. You're like, Monster Hunter, this game's harder than Dark Souls. I'm like, that's
It
nonsense.
is.
This guy's crazy. Yeah, so if you're saying that's harder than Dark Souls, now you're saying this is harder than Dark Souls. I don't know.
Monster Hunter is way harder. Come
Monster Hunter is not even hard. I can do it.
I think your idea of Monster. Here's the thing about Monster Hunter: you fight the same guy like 50 times, and by the 13th or so time, it's like, oh yeah, you just know all the moves, so it's like really easy for you.
Well, to be fair, another thing about that too, the thing that I don't like about Dark Souls more is because it's almost the same thing as Monster Hunter, but then to make matters worse though, every time you die in Dark Souls, you lose all your freaking souls and you have to go get them or you lose them forever.
on. Hey, in this new one, you don't have to worry about that because they're just gone.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that does sound like it would be much more fucked than Dark Souls.
Maybe we just haven't wrapped our head around this. It's like a new game. It's kind of different.
I will say I'm starting to kind of get the hang of it a little bit. Like after I beat the bull, it started to really kind of click for me, sort of. I'm still kind of an idiot though.
But then a new guy comes in and then you go, oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
I fight the ghost lady and it's like, oh, well, I guess I don't know how to play this game. All right.
Definitely, it's a much slower paced game because you have to know every move of the boss. Like in Dark Souls, you could legitimately, if you play cautiously, you could beat a boss on the first try.
Yeah, or if you just summon your friends, they could just beat it for you.
Right, yeah.
This one, that's really not gonna happen. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
All of the crutches have been completely removed.
You can't run it. You can't roll behind them and hit them.
No, you can't just backstab anybody at any point in time. Yeah, that doesn't work.
Can't just run around them in circles. It's fucked up.
Classic Dark Souls gameplay, but they removed that. We'll see if it ends as strong as it is in the middle here, because I feel like by the end it'll get even better for me, because I'll really start to feel like I'm understanding it, maybe.
Speaking of Sekiro.
Yeah, speaking of Sekiro. Speaking of making games harder, remember those funny skulls you could get in Halo 3?
Oh, yeah.
Those made the games pretty hard. But yeah, on that note, though...
Halo is coming to Steam.
Finally.
Are you guys excited?
I'll
The
finally
game
get
we've
to
been
play
waiting
them.
for I don't know. Have we been waiting for it? I guess so. 15 years, maybe,
Yeah.
if we were.
You get a lot of them in that collection. It's like the Master Chief collection.
Listen, I beat the trilogy. I said, all right, this is how I'm going to end it. The trilogy is done. I won. I'm out.
Yeah, that was probably the right move.
Yeah, right. It was pretty good, though. I mean, I might be down to play that again, especially if it's like remastered or something. I think it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even just being on PC means you're going to get, like resolutions that video games are supposed to have. So.
Right.
Ooh, are there gonna be mods for it?
Oh my god.
Oh, definitely. You're going to get the nude mod.
Sure.
Every alien
Finally.
and Master Chief is going to be nude, but Master Chief is still going to wear the helmet.
All right.
He's going to wear the whole suit, actually. He's going to be nude underneath, though.
Can't see the boxers if you get the camera inside the armor anymore.
Yeah.
The big draw of that one is to play Halo 1 campaign. For whatever reason, that one's still the best.
That one's really good, definitely. And it was kind of a classic, and it kind of almost was self-contained. You know what I mean? You didn't really have to even play any other Halos.
You don't really need any of the other ones.
You felt like you won after one,
I thought Halo 1, they did a lot of, recycling of stuff. Like
Yeah,
levels.
half the game is just going through the levels backwards.
Right.
But it's still the best one.
Okay. Well, I really enjoyed Devil May Cry 4, so I can understand that.
Well, I'll say that Halo 2, though, that one was the one that kind of introduced the co-op, and I believe you could do that online, too, right? That was...
I don't know. I don't think you could do
I'm pretty
co-op
sure I
online.
did. I'm pretty sure I definitely did co-op online. With
That was 3, I think, that had that.
All right. Well, regardless, I feel like 2 should have it in this one, no matter what. But so yeah, the doing Halo co-op was one of the fun things on of Halo. You get one guy, you're Master Chief, the other guy's the fucking Arbiter or some.
Well, Halo 2 was really cool about that. When one guy died, you lost.
Well, what are you gonna do? Just go on without Master Chief? Come
Well,
on.
in the first one, well, you're both Master Chief. In the first one, if you die, the other guy just spawns in eventually. In the
What are
second
you gonna
one,
do? Just go
you
off
die.
without one Master Chief? You need them both. Have
there's
you ever
just
heard of one
guy
Master
living.
Chief saving the universe? Come on.
Master Chief, I'm glad you're here. There's like 5 of them.
Master Chief, finally. I was hoping the new reinforcement Master Chiefs would come in today.
Only you can do this, Master Chief.
Only
All
all
5
5 of you.
The camera pans over to 5 Master Chiefs.
The mission is a failure if it's only 4.
This is like a classic MMO problem. Like you guys ever play Knights of the Old Republic or whatever? Or not Knights of the Old Republic. The Old Republic MMO.
The Star Wars thing?
Yeah, they make it sound like it's all you, and then it pans over, and then they show your whole squad there. Everybody with their own different mission. You're like, yeah, all right.
Only you can save the galaxy.
Only you can say.
All right, next guy. Only you can save the galaxy.
Right.
Like 80 Master Chiefs.
But yeah, I guess that's probably all we got to say about Halo, right? It's coming out.
It's coming to Steam. How about this game? This game is on Steam. Baba Is You. We were all playing that the other day.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yep.
We
that
were doing
game
a
is incredible.
co-op playthrough.
Yeah,
I think it was kind of, you know what it was like? Me and Jason were like the
We were
arms. Yeah, we were like the arms, and then you two were just like steering our arms.
That is true.
that's one way to put it. Yeah,
You had some
Michelle.
good ones. You had some good solves.
Me and Jason got stuck like pretty
Right.
quickly.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Well, there were some freaking crazy ones. But after you guys got off, since Sean actually got it, we speed ran past wherever you guys got to in 1 second immediately.
Yeah,
Then
it's pretty quick.
Well, we did skip some levels too.
Man.
But
Did you guys beat it?
we didn't beat it. I had to drop off after a while, but Sean.
Yeah, and then I've been playing it on my lonesome for a while now, and like,
Whoa.
so you look at the
You still haven't won?
they're so, oh my god. You
Yeah.
look at the world map and you're like, oh, okay, so each of these little worlds has like, maybe there's like 7 levels here, so what?
It's only
like
10
50,
levels.
60 levels, that's not a big deal. I've beaten 150 something levels by now.
Oh my god.
It's not over. It doesn't end. It never ends. It's insane how much is in this game. Yeah, it's really cool though. Like some of the stuff that they do in the later levels, it's like I don't want to ruin any of it because the effect of like half the game is learning how the rules work,
Right.
but like the stuff that happens is like insane.
I felt like I was at the end of my rope already.
Yeah, they take that rope and they cut it into pieces and throw it in the garbage and set it on fire, and then you got to make a new rope out of your own hair.
Do they keep introducing new rules like constantly, but do they keep the old ones, or do those ones
Oh, yeah.
eventually just get totally phased out?
No. They keep and reuse all the rules, and it's more about introducing the rules that you've already used in new and unique ways, but they are still introducing new stuff even this late into the game.
Right. So I'll say this though, you guys, when you stopped playing with us, you didn't even get to the part where they started using text, right? They introduced
Text?
Oh yeah,
text
the word
as
text,
a block. You can now turn stuff into text.
and you can turn text into other stuff.
Yep. So
Oh god. I feel like if you know like any programming languages or something, I think you have a big advantage in that game.
Yeah, I don't know about
Isn't it
that.
kind of like, well, it's kind of a similar way of thinking. If you've
There
never even,
definitely is.
been familiar at all with anything like that, I think it's much harder.
well,
There-
the entire premise of the game is basically like operator assignment, right?
Yeah, right.
If you're not like if you program and you like have to remember your operators, you got to assign them to stuff, and you got to remember to keep your references. If you mess up your reference somewhere in Baba Is You, your characters get all fucked up. So it is kind of similar in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
but it's, I mean, other than that though, it's like super, like I can see what you're talking about, but that is such a like basic level of
Like you
Right.
have to,
you don't have to worry about the programming
you
part
have
of
to
that at all.
reprogram the game to win.
I mean, if you lose your references, you're gonna have a problem, which is also how you die in the game effectively.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's an advantage. I'm not trying to say you couldn't beat it if you
Right.
never knew anything about programming, but like if
In
you
fact-
already knew that, you would be like kind of trained. Your brain would be kind of
Right.
Yeah.
already know how to think that way, so it'd be a little boost.
There are a couple of games like by a company called Zachtronics where that is very, very true. Like if you know programming, you can probably do Shenzhen IO pretty dang easily if you're into, what is it, microcontrollers or something. But
I know how to do that.
yeah, oh well there you go. So
We were only on like the 10th level and we were fucking like having a breakdown.
Right.
yeah,
I
All
was
four
Oh my
of us
God.
together could not figure out like those 2 levels for like an
Oh
hour.
yeah, right.
I think to get to where I'm at right now, I had like 7 of those breakdowns
Oh my gosh.
where I was just stuck on one particular level for like a day or two, and then I would come back to it, and eventually I would figure it out. But
We should play. If we played The Witness, I could play it like that.
where you're
Well,
driving,
you have two
Yeah.
guys who basically beat the game. So.
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
easier.
Me and Jason will walk the man around, and you two tell us
Just tell us how to beat
buttons to hit.
everything.
I've played through that game like 17 times. I know all the rules already. It would
Oh,
basically
good.
be
Then this will
cheating.
be good.
Yeah, that's how it was meant to
This
be
is
played.
this is the only way we can beat it.
I played
Just
it
gotta
on
believe in
phone.
yourself.
I don't know if that made it harder or easier, but it seemed like it was making some of the puzzles ridiculous.
Shit was fucking hard.
Yeah, that game was
hard.
another really good puzzle game. I think that and Baba Is You are both. What's the other one? The Talos Principle. These are like
Oh,
That
These are
one,
all like
that one I could almost beat it, but
almost.
then I lost. Then I gave up.
I think we should totally tag team the witness, though. I'd be down for that.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
It's been long
Oh.
enough. I don't remember any of that shit.
I just remember I was like okay with figuring out the puzzles, but at a certain point I just stopped feeling like there was any reward of like actually doing it, so I didn't care to like keep trying super hard to figure them out. I just kind of lost the interest because I was like, oh, there's all these screens with all these lines and little things. Like, I'm just kind of over this now. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't figuring it out quick enough, but.
The reward is that you get to go to the next puzzle and then lose.
Yeah, and then do that one.
Yeah.
You really have to enjoy doing the puzzles to like a puzzle game, I guess.
Yeah, I liked some. I liked like the apples in the trees, and then like the gravel making different noises is cool. But it was all the ones on the little computer screens that I was like tired with.
That's like 80%
That's the
of the puzzle.
majority of them. Yeah.
These games are too hard nowadays. Sekiro, Witness, Baba as you. We just get an easy game once in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
We're evolving.
Why not?
It's too smart now.
Listen, I thought I was building up like a tolerance to these kind of super hard games. You know, I'm over here. I played Hollow Knight, playing these like shoot 'em ups where you're fucking dodging a million bullets, and then I get to this and I go, "Oh, this is impossible now. I never win."
Listen, you don't lose unless you stop trying. That's when you lose. You
I
win
do
if you
stop trying, so I always
Yeah, see?
lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always lose then.
I stopped trying too. There was a puzzle game. Sean, did you ever play this puzzle game called The Flowering Nose?
I've never heard of that before.
Dang it.
Flowering Nose.
I felt like you would have played that.
That doesn't sound real.
Well, it was this amazing one. It was like made by this artist, and then I think he killed himself. And
What?
his website,
What?
his website got turned into kind of just like a memorial for him. So the game is like still on there, but whoever was in charge of it didn't know how to keep making it work, and it's been too many years, so it doesn't work anymore. I don't think. But it was a puzzle game. You had to like pick up an object and then like put it onto this little square to make a teleporter. Like if you put a strawberry, you got sent to the strawberry world. It was just like trying to figure out how to get to the big boss at the end, but you had to like do it all in the right order and figure it all out. Like with all these, there's like 100 worlds or something. It's crazy. But yeah.
Jeez.
Who was the
Okay.
big boss?
It was Satan.
Satan.
Oh.
What the hell?
It was
That
Satan.
makes sense.
Why do you go up against Satan in a gnome game?
Yeah, he was like in hell and everything.
Was it like cutesy Satan with like flowers?
I don't think he was cute. I thought he was naked, maybe. I don't know.
Did he have a flower where his dick was supposed to be at least?
maybe. But yeah, I wish that game would come back somehow. I bet you would like that one.
Alright, I'll see if I can dig that up and give it a shot.
Yeah.
I
The
beat
Flowering
Catherine.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Mm.
That one.
You
heard
just
that's pretty
beat that
good.
one because you wanted to see the lady.
yeah. But she's on the cover, obviously.
I think I just beat it because it was easy.
Yeah, maybe that too.
It's like really,
Wink,
really
wink.
straight-faced rules. Some of these games, the puzzle games, the rules are really, they're like hidden. You gotta fucking just figure it out somehow. It's
Yeah.
not super obvious. Like Catherine, it was just really straight up like, oh, you slip on the ice. That makes sense.
I thought, wasn't that like all about climbing towers?
You just
or
climb
something?
up blocks.
Yeah, you're climbing stuff. And then the
And the
lady's
witness,
naked.
the witness
at
is
the
like,
end.
oh yeah, the dirt. You have to use the fucking sun to get the right photosynthesis on the dirt.
What?
Idiot.
Yeah, but
Don't you know?
to
Don't
be
you
fair,
know to
though,
fucking trace the dirt around?
before you got to that point, they put you through like 6 or 7 puzzles where you're looking at a plant, and then you're looking at the sun, and then you're looking at the dirt, and then you're looking at the sun on the plant.
Well, not necessarily true, Sean. There's
Yeah.
some puzzles where
What if you go out of order?
Well,
You're
then
sitting
you're
there.
fucked.
Yeah, you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I just came up on a new place, and there's like, they just expect you to know something from another
Yeah,
place somewhere on
So
the
you
map.
just leave and go somewhere else.
But what if you don't?
Well,
I
then
found
you're
like the worst part about the witness was like the environmental puzzles. There's like a million of them,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna find them all, and sometimes
need
they
to,
were
though.
confusing. You know,
You don't get anything for doing it other than the joy of having done it. Like there's
Right.
not even an achievement for that. You just do it if you want to do it.
when you leave the first base, right, where you start, the castle, and you go left, there's like a desert.
Yeah.
And then there's like this fucking crazy ass like sun disk with a bunch of lines on the floor.
Yep.
You're like, what does this do? Maybe if I, get the sun lit up and then do something crazy, the whole
I
thing
remember
will
that.
fall into place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can somehow figure out this building.
Oh,
The sun
well,
has
now
nothing
that's
to do
see
with
that
the
was
building.
your problem.
Nothing at all.
You thought it
Nothing.
was related at all to the rest
Yeah.
of the puzzles of the game.
Yeah, because it doesn't explain anything. It's just
Right.
What the heck? Yeah, there's nothing
Well, I
that
think
would
after
tell
you
you
did,
it
like,
didn't
two or-
relate.
I
That
think
would
after
just
you
be
do
your
2 or
waste
3 of
your
them, you
time.
figure out that okay, this
Right.
doesn't do anything. It's just
Right, but I
drawing
mean, I
lines.
spent probably like 6 hours there.
Yeah, it's like so easy to waste your time.
well, enough about the stupid witness game. Let's talk about Devil May Cry. Now, I could beat that game.
Yeah, that's a very possible game. Did you play it on the? You didn't play it on easy, right?
No, I just played it on whatever normal Devil Hunter.
Yeah, Devil Hunter, right? As opposed to human,
Yeah.
which is a misnomer
Human
because
Hunter.
maybe they meant that any human that able to work a controller.
That's it's a very nice difficulties. Human. It's like, oh, okay, I can pick that and not be ashamed. I'm human.
So they have a devil man difficulty.
Probably.
It goes Devil Hunter, then Son of Sparta, Dante Must Die.
What?
Then they do Heaven or Hell, and then they
Devil
do
Man.
Hell or Hell. Or is it
Hell
Hell
or
or
Hell.
hell.
Hell?
All right.
I'm
That sounds
serious?
good.
Is that like deal or no deal? But
Hell
I think
or
that's the
hell.
one where you die in one hit from anything.
No deal or no deal.
Yeah.
yeah.
No deal or die.
Yeah. So beat that game.
It was a short game.
It was not super long, but it's definitely one of those games where you get a lot of value in the replay because then you get the higher difficulties and they start monsters and bosses and stuff. They get new moves and things. It's not just like the health goes up.
Right.
I
I
don't know
will
that.
say that I understand there's some replay value to some things, but I kind of don't like it that much when a game just gets a little bit of a higher, new game plus difficulty.
I feel like if you just play that first playthrough, that's worth it right there. That's like
Right.
Oh,
a
yeah.
tight,
That,
tight
that I
pace
think is
game.
fair.
It's just quality.
Right.
Did you beat Devil May Cry on the second one? Second
Yeah.
difficulty yet?
I beat it on Devil Hunter, and like I said, they added a lot of new stuff. I got my ass kicked by the final boss all over again, and
that guy is fucking that shit just ratchets up. It just
Oh my
goes
God.
up like fucking
Yeah.
crazy for that guy.
it is. I mean,
God.
that's how it's supposed to be done, right? Like the last boss of the game should definitely be the hardest. So
He should
yeah.
be hardest, but I don't know if he should be 4 times harder than the rest of the game.
Speaking of that,
He's fucking tough.
that's one of the things that really pissed me off. You guys remember the game Fable?
Fable, the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah, the first one. When that came out, first of all, there's a lot of things that pissed me off about that game. A lot of people like it. I cannot like it ever again.
I thought that was all right.
Well, here's
Only
the problem.
played it that
For
once.
starters, when the game came out, they were announcing all kinds of crazy features. You know what I mean?
That's
There was like a
Peter Mahomes.
right.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a $1 million game. You're gonna be able to live in the game. You're gonna have
anything.
Yeah.
Man.
3,000 endings.
Your characters are going to exist in the same world together. You know, whatever one character does, it'll affect the other one. That was like nonsense.
The game never ends. It's a never-ending game. We've created an unlimited source of content. You can play
Make
for
your
over
own
4,000
final
hours.
boss.
All of the credits
There
are
you go.
procedurally generated.
The credits are procedurally
You're just unskippable. You're just sitting there, your computer's playing credits until you decide to bust out the task manager. You're like, fuck. But yeah, the worst. So not only that, I beat the game in like 6 hours. So for a like RPG kind of thing, that felt really short too. On top of everything, You know what I mean?
Hours.
But then to make matters even worse, this was the fucking insult to injury. You get to the last boss, you kill him in like one hit. I don't even know if you had to like fight him. It was like ridiculous. The guy died instantly.
I remember, I think it was Fable 2. I saw a video of the last boss because I think somebody told me that it was stupid or something, so I went and watched it. And it was literally the guy is like he's standing on a platform and he's monologuing.
Yeah.
And what you're just supposed to hit him once and he falls off the platform, and that's
how it should be. That's how Devil May Cry 5 should have ended. You should have hit the guy once and then it's over. I think I got like a D on the final boss on normal difficulty.
Yeah. I mean, that's reasonable. Did you ever use any continues at all?
Yeah, I used like 2 orbs.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 to
no.
beat him. He's fucking tough.
Yeah, you just immediately lose all your points for that, pretty much.
You gotta slam that guy. You gotta go.
You gotta slam him, and then you have to never get slammed yourself.
It's like Sekiro.
I think if I had to compare the two, I don't want to do it, but if I had to compare the two, I would probably say Sekiro is harder than Devil May Cry 5.
The final
speaking.
Guy. I'm saying the final guy of Devil May Cry 5 is like the baseline. Like, don't get hit once. Hit the dude 1,000,000 times. Dodge every attack. Do it perfect.
Yeah, I think Sekiro right now, where I'm at, it's harder. Like, just on the base difficulty of Devil May Cry 5, I would have to call it harder. I'm sure that once I get into, like, Dante Must Die and stuff like that, it'll be insane.
Yeah.
Well, I can say this, though. Capcom definitely has been having a good time lately.
Yeah,
they've been going crazy.
Devil May Cry, that's apparently pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say that's the best game that they ever did.
Ever?
That game was good.
Monster Hunter World, though? Better than that? Come
Ooh,
on.
what about Mega Man?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Have you lost your
I
rocker?
love Mega Man.
That's Devil May Cry. That's a good ass game. That new one. They went crazy.
Did somebody come up behind you and just take your rocker and steal it and run away with it or something?
Yeah.
Never to be seen again?
Mega Man. Those are good. Gotta show respect for Mega Man. But really, the best Mega Man game is Shovel Knight. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight kind of fucking slam dunk Mega Man into the ground. Well, I think that's good for this one. Keep in mind, Aladdin Genie. There's a new Aladdin trailer. Everybody check that out. Toy Story 4. Possible Genie crossover. I think that's it. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. We'll see you next week.
See you.
Bye-bye, guys.